interesting creation. This is a blended whiskey, and it's made by the Coors Brewing Company. So the same guys that make the beer make this. And this just first came out last year in 2023. The most interesting thing about it is that they want you to drink it with their beer, with their Coors banquet beer, which I think is really strange. But there is people who do, shots and drink beer with it, and, all kinds of different things. And you can, again, drink and smoke however you want. So if you like to drink beer with your whiskey, and knock yourself out. So let's get this plastic cellophane off the top. Okay. Yeah, so it's 1873, and the reason for that is because that's the year that Coors was started. So when this came out in 2023, it was the 150th anniversary of Coors. And so they commemorated it in part with this. So it's a pretty bottle. It's a blended whiskey. It is a Kentucky. You can see they blend it in Bardstown, Kentucky. They don't distill it. They're sourcing this whiskey, and then they don't even give you any kind of breakdown on the mash bill. It just says from grain and malt. So about $40 in that New Hampshire liquor store that my sweet, wonderful cousin went to and got me this bottle at. We get some in a glass here. Let's do a cork pull. Pretty good cork pull. Not too bad at all. And a good glug glug. Nice. Okay. Yeah, pretty label on this thing too. All right. Oh, it just smells like vanilla and caramel. It smells like a typical bourbon. I don't expect it to blow my mind or anything like that. I expect it to be pretty average. Could be wrong. It might be awesome. I hope it is, but I just expect it to be about a $40 bottle of bourbon. Wow. This is a great cigar for people that like a good draw, because it's wide open. Not too wide open. Excuse me. You get some resistance, but not much. See a ton of smoke. Real creamy, dark colored smoke too. There it is. Look up. You see, they want you to pair it with their beer, which again I think is kind of strange, but to each their own. Couldn't really get a story out of this thing either. I think it's just a money grab. I was thinking maybe this was like some kid of the Coors family who was into whiskey and bourbon and wanted to have sort of a little project for himself or herself, but I can't really. It just seems like they're just looking to get into the bourbon game. Yeah, but pretty cool. I mean, something different anyway. So I had never seen this anywhere or heard of it. Obviously never had it. All right, let's try it. Okay, so yeah, pretty standard stuff here. Real sweet. If you like sweet bourbon, this is on the sweet end of it. The proof isn't overwhelming at 92. Great caramel. It's a caramel butterscotch, probably more butterscotch bomb in your mouth, in a good way. Really drinkable. I don't see anything wrong with that. I guess if I was going to pick on it a little bit, I'd pick on the price, but I mean, it's $40. I mean, that's not really that bad nowadays. I wish I knew what the mash bill was, and I wish it was distilled by them, but, wish in one hand and you know what in the other. Wow, this thing is smoking. such a good way. I have so many draw problems with cigars recently that when I get one like this, it's so great. It's almost surprises me. So I did, after my cousin picked that bottle up for me, I went on to the NHLC, which is the New Hampshire Liquor Commission, on their website, since I wanted to check them out because they're a state run. Wow, this is good. Tastes like a little coffee there too. I got a little coffee. Because they're a state-run liquor store like my state. So I thought, oh, okay, well, I've been trashing my state-run liquor store. Maybe they're all run similar, you know. I go on, type it in, Google, a website pops up right away. Right away on the front of the website, they have locations and the types of liquors that are going to be dropping on specific dates, as well as, if you scroll down a little, it shows what items are on sale. Already, that website takes my state's website and beats it up, beats it to death, and lets it die in a corner. You have to literally scroll on my website, on my Pennsylvania website, through every single whiskey to find out which ones are on sale on the website. I don't see why this is difficult to make a website that's customer friendly and not like you're going to the DMV. It just makes me want to move out of my state. I'm not going to go on a whole rant here, but just check out the Fine Wine and Good Spirits website, which is Pennsylvania's, versus the New Hampshire Liquor Commission's website, and look at the two of them and tell me if I'm crazy or not. Because their website, our Pennsylvania website, is trash. And this New Hampshire website was just great. I mean, they're showing bottles of Blanton's and all kinds of stuff that's hard to get, and what stores they're going to be at. They're giving the locations of the specific stores and the date that they're going to be there. You can't beat that. That is what every bourbon hunter is looking for. At least you have a stake in the game then. At least you can go fight with the crowd or get there early or stand in line or whatever it's worth it to you, as opposed to literally having no clue what's going on when you go shop for booze. Okay, guys, this cork, it's just a plastic cork, but it's got a good pull. Again, none of this stuff really means anything. I just like to show you. So, yeah, it's just an amazing contradiction, or compared to the two websites, it's just fascinating. So, this thing one more time. I want you to scan the QR code. I don't hang on to stuff like this. I just kept it to show you guys.